You're right, YouTube, Shot16 back with yet another video. I know, nothing for 2 months, then 3 videos all in one go. I should work for Trent Buster, shouldn't I? So yeah, another 10 questions video. What can I say? These videos are just too good not to do responses to. This time comes from none other than Sega Saturn lad Scott. If you don't know who he is, links in the low bar below. That's why they call it the low bar. So yeah, 10 questions, here we go. So question 1, what is your favourite analog controller stick? For me, it's going to be current gen, brand new, and I've got one here to show you good folks with YouTube, and that is the Xbox One controller. The sticks on this, the analog sticks on this, probably the best analog sticks I have used. Yeah, I really like them. They've got nice indentations for your thumb, and I don't know if you can see it if we go up close, but they've got like this nice little ridge around the edge. We've got like a rough texture to it so your thumbs don't slip off. So yeah, it's just really nice and comfortable, and they're not too loose and they're not too stiff. So yeah, the Xbox One controller, that's my favourite analog stick. Question number 2, the most irritating YouTuber, and they have to have over 10k of subs. So you know, we're not picking out little channels here, we're picking out like the big YouTuber channels. Now I don't know if this is meant to stick to like gaming kind of YouTubers with loads of subscribers and stuff like that, but I'm not really subscribed to that many big players, should we say, in the gaming community. Do you know what I mean? I tend to stick to the smaller channels when it comes to gaming, because I don't know, I just find them more entertaining, more engaging, more interaction between them. So yeah, I tend to stay to the smaller channels when it comes to the gaming community. But as YouTube on a whole, then there's loads of big channels that are just fucking annoying, aren't there? I mean, I'd probably have to go with someone like fucking that Fred, or whatever his name is. He's fucking annoying as shit, he is. How the fuck did he get like so big? I mean, he's got millions and millions of subscribers, hasn't he? And like, he got his own film made and stuff like that, and basically all he is just some stupid fucker with like a screechy voice. Like, he speeds his voice up, doesn't he? And it's like, hey, I'm Fred, and yeah, it's basically just a tit. So yeah, if it don't have to be gaming related, I'm gonna go with him. Fucking Fred is a knobhead. Question 3, who are your YouTube best friends? Oh, friends, YouTube friends. Well, anybody that watches my videos on my channel regularly, then you would know that probably it's got to be like Shen Muso. Do you know what I mean? My boy Shen. We live in the same city, so yeah, close proximity. We can meet up, we link up. Been in each other's videos quite a few times now, and if you want another one, then it's got to be Adam Interghost. Again, when we go to meetups and stuff like that, I'm normally with Adam Interghost and stuff like that, and we've appeared in each other's videos quite a few times, and yeah, we've actually running our own little series called 3 Dudes on a Sofa. You've probably seen it. If not, cheeky little plug, go check it out. I got a playlist. Yeah, 3 Dudes. It's a cross-channel thing between me and Interghost, and also Templar's Grail, who's the third dude on the sofa. So yeah, Shen Muso, Adam Interghost, they're probably my YouTube best friends. Question number 4, the most money you've spent on the game, and what is that game? Well, for me, it's this game. It's Panzer Dragoon Saga on the Sega Saturn. As you know, in the PAL region, this is a bit of a holy grail. Very expensive game. You can pay anywhere up to about 140 for this. 140 upwards it goes for now on eBay. Yeah, very expensive game for the Sega Saturn. I paid around 95 to 100 quid for mine. Basically, it was in an auction on eBay and it didn't sell, so me being cheeky daft, I just emailed the seller and I said, I've noticed it's not sold, but I'll give you about like 70 quid if you're willing to sell it in a private auction right now. Of course, he was having none of it. A bit of bartering back and forth, but yeah, he sold it for me for about 90 quid plus postage, about 95 quidish or something like that. So a lot cheaper than it goes for on eBay, but still an expensive fucking game this is to get in your collection. So yeah, don't know if you can see it. This is in mint condition, by the way, as well. That's why I keep it in this plastic thing. I didn't go out and buy this plastic thing, this protection thing. It actually came in that, so now it stays in that. So yeah, Panzer Dragoon Saga. Question number 5, if you could live in any game world, which game world would you live in? For me, Do you know what? I wouldn't really want to live in many game worlds because they're all a bit shit, aren't they? I mean, like, they're either set in the future and you've got like too many killings and murders happen, or it's like post-apocalyptic, or like fantasy and filled with monsters and shit like that, or it's on the other flip side, isn't it? It's like too cutesy or too innocent and nothing happens. Everything's too bright and beautiful. So for me, it would have to be a game world that's probably similar to the world that we already live in. So probably something like Grand Theft Auto. Do you know what I mean? Something realistic, something like a world we already live in. You know, I don't want it too innocent, but I don't want to walk outside my house and get my head ripped off by a fucking dragon or some shit. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, just something which is close to what we already live in. Do you know what I mean? I'm content with the world we live in. It's just the way it is. It's not great, but it's not the worst either, is it, when you think about it? So yeah, Grand Theft Auto. Question number 6. Would gaming be better if Sony or Microsoft did not enter the gaming market? And to be honest with you, I'm going to say no. I don't really think it would be better. But then again, I don't think it would have been worse either. Do you know what I mean? If it weren't Microsoft and Sony, then it would have been 2 other companies or just somebody else. Do you know what I mean? I don't think we'd have been any far behind technologically wise. Is that even a word? Technologically, whatever. When it comes to gaming technology, I don't think we'd have been any further behind or any further advanced. I think we'd still be, do you know what I mean? Technology would have still have bounced along at the same pace as it has now, I think. So yeah, I don't really think it would be better. Although I will agree with one thing that Scott said in his video, and that is like the rivalry. Like back in the days of Sega and Nintendo, they had like this rivalry where they was trying to outdo each other all the time. So like each company was doing their best to try and get one over the other company, whereas Microsoft and Sony seemed kind of relaxed with each other. Do you know what I mean? They're kind of content with both of them being there. Do you know what I mean? So if they didn't enter, then there might have been 2 other companies that might have had that rivalry again to push each other, to outdo one another. But yeah, other than that, I don't think it would have been better or any worse. I think it would have been more or less the same as it is now. So question number 7 is a list of consoles, and you have to pick which is the worst out of the bunch. So the consoles listed are the Atari Jaguar, the Panasonic 3DO, Philips CDI, Nintendo Virtual Boy, Amiga CD32, iPhone, Tiger Game Com, or the Amstrad GX4000. I've never played the Amstrad GX4000. I've never played on a Tiger Game Com, although I have seen a review of one and it looked fucking shocking. Out of all those, I'd probably have to go with the Philips CDI, because the Philips CDI, as far as I'm aware, didn't have anything going for it really in as a gaming console anyway. It was like just had these shitty like FMV kind of games, didn't it? Which is great for nostalgia because it was very much of the time, weren't it? But I weren't interested in it then, not interested in it now. So yeah, probably the CDI. And didn't it have the CDI as well? Didn't it have like the worst controller in the world? It was like just long and rounded at the end. It looked like a fucking spoon, didn't it? Do you know what I mean? You didn't know whether to play games or fucking eat your breakfast with it. So yeah, Philips CDI, that was a bag of bollocks, wasn't it? Question number 8. What's the most important lesson that YouTubers or YouTube has taught you? For me, it would probably have to be 2 kind of lessons, and that's one, you don't have to be like the best person on camera, so to speak. You have to have some kind of camera personality, so to speak, but you don't have to have like millions of pounds of production and stuff like that to be entertaining. Do you know what I mean? And another thing I've learned is that there is communities out there. So if you've got like a certain interest or hobby that you're really interested in, but you've not got like probably not got a group of friends in like outside of YouTube that's interested in it, then try and find that community on YouTube. There's people out there that share the same interests as you, and they will find you and you will find them, and they will come and check each other's videos, you know what I mean? So don't ever be afraid to just get on camera and share your views, your opinions and your interests about a certain thing, if it's what you love, if it's your passion and stuff like that. And you never know, through it you might even meet a handful of decent people and become really good friends with them and stuff like that. So yeah, the most important lesson I've learned is that not to be afraid, be more open about your hobbies, your personalities, your passions and stuff like that. And do you know what I mean? There's other people out there that will share that hobby and interest and passions with you. So yeah, if you're thinking about making videos or joining the community, do it. Question number 9, how does your family view your retro hobby? For me, they just don't really get involved. They don't have a problem with it, they don't find it silly or like that, it's just not of their interest, you know what I mean? They see why I do it, but they don't have, do you know what I mean? It's just something they're not really bothered about. Apart from I will say this though, I've got a 14-year-old nephew and he loves all this stuff. When he used to come up here, he used to love it, like the Neo Geo and stuff like that, because it was from a time before he was born, do you know what I mean? Before his time. And since now he's grown up, he's in his teens now, like I say, he's 14, he now collects for Nintendo and Atari games and stuff like that. So yeah, you put him in something like from his generation, like, I don't know, like an Xbox 360 or PlayStation 3 or whatever like that, he's not bothered. You give him a NES or a Super Nintendo or an Atari 2600, something like that, he's well away. He loves it, he loves collecting for it, he loves gaming like that. So yeah, when it comes to my family's view on it, they're not really bothered, they just don't get involved with it. And unless it's my nephew who absolutely loves it, so you know, something's come off it, hasn't it? I'm rubbing off on other members of my family, do you know what I mean, passing it on to a next generation. When I'm gone, he'll still be collecting hopefully, so there you go. So the 10th and final question, and it's another zombie question, but this time been flipped on its head, and it's if you was a zombie, who would you eat first? Now for me, it's not about pleasure. Scott's answer to this did make me laugh when he was setting the questions. His answer about Jennifer Lawrence, yeah, that was quite funny. But for me, it's not more about, you know, sorting somebody out. So for me, it would be either Paris Hilton or Kim Kardashian. And that's not because I like these people. Oh no, it's entirely the opposite. I fucking hate these people. They are celebrities, but they're celebrities for doing fuck all. Basically, they're famous just for being rich, do you know what I mean? Because they're heirs or heiresses, should I say, to like their parents' fortune and stuff like that. I mean, what have these people ever done? They're just fucking idiots. If you're one of these people that watches, what was that one with Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie, The Simple Life or some shit like that, or you watch The Kardashians or something like that, if you're one of these people that watch it, you have no right whatsoever to moan about these stupid idiots in the fucking media, and you have no right to moan about the content you get on your fucking TVs these days, because you're adding to it. You're single-handedly adding to the downfall of fucking media by making fucking just stupid fucking people famous. So yeah, and these people, like these socialites and stuff like that, are just the worst of the worst. They're famous for doing fuck all, and they shouldn't be in the public eye. So yeah, I'd get rid of a few of them. Paris Hilton, she's always been a ditzy fucking twat. Kim Kardashian's kind of getting up there, ain't she now? So fuck it, you know what I mean? She's got a big ass as well, so at least you're going to get a nice, do you know what I mean, a big meal off that beauty, aren't you? So yeah, that's who I'd eat first. So there you go guys, 10 questions asked, 10 questions answered. If you want to get involved, do a video response to the original video, which is linked below, and you'll also find the questions down there as well, 1 to 10, so you know, to help you out a little bit. You'll also find Scott's channel, like I say, all relevant links down below in the description bar. And I've been Shock16, you've been YouTube, and if I ever turn into a zombie, then you better watch your fucking butt, Paris Hilton and Kim Kardashian. See you in a bit.